What's up, guys? It's Atti here today, and I'm going to be talking about sexuality. Um, I always get the question as of, since I'm transgender, uh, if I date a male, does that mean I'm in a gay relationship? And if I date a female, does that mean I'm in a straight relationship? Yes. I hate to put this in, like, a specific I don't know. I really don't like putting labels on things, but if I had to, then yes, that's what that means. But that does not mean that I am either straight or gay. It doesn't mean that. And when I say this to people, they get very confused because it's like, well, you're in that kind of relationship. Wouldn't that mean, 1 + 1 = 2? And it's like, no, not in this case. 1 + 1 = 3. And then I kind of further explain it to them, and I'm like, well, if you're in a straight relationship or a gay relationship, you can also be bisexual. And people are like, oh, so you're bisexual? I'm like, no, that's the example I'm giving. There's more than one sexuality out there. You don't have to be limited to straight or gay. And so, they're like, oh, okay, so, and then they continue like, what are you? And it's like, well, I'm pansexual. And so you get the 1 out of 2 people. You get the one person who's like, oh, so you're attracted to pans. Ah, ha, ha, ha. The age-old Tumblr joke. And it's like, okay, yeah. All right. Do you feel better? Did you get that out of your system? Are you okay? And then you get the other person who's, who has no clue what that means. So basically I tell them pansexuality means that I don't care what's between the person's legs or what's on their chest. I like the person for who they are. And if we click well, if we have a lot of things in common, if we just hit it right off, I don't care what gender they are. I was like, I like them for who they are. And I was like, and I am, like I said, if I had to put a label on it, because I don't like doing that. Because once I feel like you do put a label on it, you're constricted to that. And you're confined to that box that you've now put yourself in. But like I said, if I had to, I'm pansexual. And so they're like, okay, I kind of get it. And normally I have to further elaborate that there is more than one gender. You can be transgender, you can be male, female, demi, non-binary, genderqueer. Like there's so many different types of sexualities and genders out there, and people just aren't aware of it. So I try to educate a little bit because I feel like if I have a conversation with somebody that they will leave the conversation with more knowledge than they had prior. And I would much rather them have more knowledge than leave with ignorance. And and this is for people who are generally actually curious and want to understand. Because there are some people who ask and they're just like, they don't care, they really don't give a fuck. They're just asking to be invasive and they don't respect you at all, and that's not where they're coming from. But I honestly like talking to people who actually want to understand, because I feel like maybe if I tell them that, they'll spread the knowledge. So that's kind of my understanding with it. And, so that's where I go with it, is that, you don't have to be straight or gay to be in a straight or gay relationship. So, yeah. So, I don't know. It's very confusing. And I guess it was confusing to them, but it's like, it makes sense. If you're identifying as male and you date a female identifying person, straight relationship, And so they're like, okay, that's what I thought. That's what the typical response is. Okay, that's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure. And it's like, okay, you just wanted to be in somebody's business, but, now you know for future reference. And you don't have to ask anybody else. But, with pansexuality, I always get, like, the weirdest looks on things, because it's like, what does that mean? And it's like, guys, I just love. It's like, I am just a loving person. I don't really, because there's a guy that I know, he's like, not that I personally know, but I'm sure we all know that one guy who's like, if you are a guy and you say another dude's hot, or you say another dude's got a nice body, or that they're handsome, or etc., they're like, oh, bro, that's gay. Like, what? You're so homo. And it's like, why? It's like, you can say that somebody's attractive and or good looking without being attracted to them. And I just wish people were more understanding of it. It's just so frustrating when you meet closed-minded people because they don't want to hear what you're saying, and yet they still want to keep spewing the shit that they're spewing. And it's like, here's all the millions of people who are visible proof to prove you wrong, and you still want to deny that, you know, who they are, like a part of their existence. And, you know, we don't go by your gender roles. Sorry, we live to break them. So, yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to talk a little bit today about. Sorry if it's a little short, but I really don't have anything else to say on the matter. It's just that that's the question that I always seem to get, and that people always seem to ask is, you know, are you straight? Are you gay? And it blows them away at the fact that I'm transgender for some reason. And many people here, specifically where I live, they haven't met a transgender person. So, and I always get that too. Like, wow, I'm something exotic. Like, wow, I've never met a transgender dude before. Like, holy shit, I've seen them on the internet, but oh my god, they exist in real life. And it's like, yeah, okay, talking about me like I'm a freak show. Thanks. I don't really know where I was going with this. But yeah, so that's the question that I always get. And that's people who are always either curious or want to be invasive. But I always try to give back a little information than they came talking to me with. That's all I really have to say. Sorry this is uploaded on a Thursday too. I was like drained yesterday. I hadn't taken my tea shot and it was late. And then I got up at like 7 and then it was either 6 or 7 and I just didn't sleep at all. I say got up. I got out of bed. I didn't sleep. I hadn't slept for the past 2 nights. So I was just freaking exhausted. And from work, unloading a truck, and it was just so many boxes and so freaking hot. It was like in the 90s, but the humidity was very high. It's supposed to thunderstorm this next week and hopefully weekend. But yeah, so that's why I didn't upload it yesterday. I pretty much zoinked out. I ate food. I took my shot, ate food, and then went to bed. So, sorry about that. I needed some me time to catch up on my sleep. But I am actually a few days shy from 2 months on T. So that video will be next, and I am pretty stoked for it. I'm pretty stoked to tell you guys all the changes that I've had as of late. I'm trying to hold it in from spewing it to you right now, but that will be saved for the next video, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So I will see you in the next one. Peace.